done lost all of my love and my sanity. Vanity told me I'm too hard to handle. Dismantle any opposition, quit playing with me. Brothers hella lame, how they get their name? Israelites lacking integrity. Politics made it to Israel, but it's not spiritual. Why can't I let them get next to me? Chef in the kitchen, he cooking, he cooking, he cooking. These niggas trying to steal a recipe. Look at my weaponry, that is my specialty. Lion, a Zion, a Judah, full pedigree. Repping my legacy. If I got a body rappers, then Mac, he gon' be the accessory. Judah the gang, and I'm repping it heavily. Vocals the same, but I got a new melody. I'm from the bottom of Rebel to Grepper Street. Haters, they hate me, they really be rapping me. Yeah, they really be rapping me. I went to war for some brothers who never had love and they heart or respect for me. Gates told me go where they celebrated, they don't just tolerate your gifts. Christ told me shake the dust off your feet and take your peace with you when you dip. Made it out of a city where plenty crashed. We never had nothing, we needed cash. Feds gave us Aguilera, we didn't know better. We turned it to Lenny Crab. Should've got yards running from my past, but the Lord made a way when he threw the flag. Beat the case, but I blew the bag. Did it bare face, we don't do the mask. Now Protestant, Jesuit, Lutheran, now we don't do the mass. I just be watching they movement and how they maneuvering, slithering through the grass. Who gon' pity for the snake charm? Put them in the bag, shake the snake on them. It's never about who your haters, it's always about how much money you making on them. Put your riches in the most high, that's the best flip for the best price. Cash in with your house shy, I'ma die once, I'ma live twice. Bars mean, but my flow nice. Rep 12, not the pole lights. Chef, he the light of the world, I'm trying to keep all of my babies from pole light.
You die once, but you live twice. Please don't get left, you'll have no rights. Me and Chef steam like bowl rice. This be getting ate like 4 twice. I European, get your soul right. They don't hear me though, like no mic. How they supposed to know, like no advice? Children of the light, like no night.
Got me feeling like Ricky Bobby up in Talladega. I'm on the road, feel like I'm on fire. Holding it down till I see the Messiah. Dripping in gold, you see the attire. Dripping in gold, you see the attire. I say it twice for those I inspire. Make it a third for all of the liars.
Please do not treat this like entertainment, man, I pray you don't. This a cry for your soul. Renew your thinking and rearrange it, man, I pray you do. Cause the kingdom's a goal. They really tricking for little payments, making money moves, but you losing your soul. How y'all be thinking, be aggravating? I'm not spelling that like I'm losing my nose. We gotta represent, children is watching. We see with the ruach, the spirit is watching. Me and Shabbat the bad, we did the way that we flipping this heat, man, it feel like hibachi. Killing these demons with pain is my doctrine. I'm bobbing and weaving, it feel like I'm boxing. I want the kingdom of heaven, the mysteries that are spoken of in 2nd Colossians.
Turn it tall.
Yeah. Die once, live twice. Yeah.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You tuned in once again to the Scorned Black Man Podcast. I'm your host, Zadok Israel. I have my co-host, Don Yehuda, Fire Talk Radio Podcast. Y'all hit the subscribe button over here. Y'all hit the subscribe button over there. Today's episode will be episode 40. The senseless murder of Black America. White supremacy soldiers versus the divided ghettos of America. And I'm going to read this description for you. Black America is divided and is going down a terrible path. White race soldiers are gathering together with other nations / Gentiles, getting ready for battle. Time to talk about it. Brother Don Yehuda, how you doing today?
I'm doing fine. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Abba Yah for yet another day. I want to give all praises for allowing us to be on this platform to touch base with, yourself and all the brothers and sisters that's tapping in today, and all the people that, come at a later time and get some edification from these lessons, man. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Every day above the ground. It's a good, wonderful day. I can't complain. Still hate Babylon. Still plan on playing Babylon, but let's talk about Babylon a little bit. Let's talk about the state that our people are in, and we're very, very divided. We can't gather together. We can't do Zephaniah 2:1 for nothing. We just cannot do it. We refuse to do it. We have brothers and sisters that are a part of white supremacy against their own people. Some don't even know it. It's sadly to say. Like I always say, the white man has his knee in our neck, and the black woman has the foot in the ass. But also you have the black man who also has joined white supremacy. We see it every day. We see as soon as one of our brothers or sisters fail at something, or one of them died, we have coons, I would say, that come out the woodwork and go against their own people. We see in the case where the white woman officer had killed the brother down in Dallas. Remember that about a year or two ago, well, probably about 2 years ago now. And his brother got off his stand and gave her a hug. The judge gave her some scriptures. The bailiff combed her hair. They pampered her to death. And this is all a part of joining white supremacy. Make no doubt about it. I'm a little bit on the weather today, so bear with me. But yeah, all this is a part of white supremacy, and it must be stopped. And we want to address some of the issues. So without further ado, who do you have anything else to say? I'm going to share this video. Shameless plug too while you're at it.
Yeah, our people, I think they don't think that they're in captivity. I think a lot of times our people think they're free. You know what I'm saying? The little bit of handouts we get, our people think we're free. We think we're exempt from a lot of things that take place within our community until it comes knocking at your door. Once it comes knocking at your door, then the realization sets in, the fact of the matter actually happens. And now you want justice, you want peace, but you wasn't thinking about that beforehand when you saw your brothers and sisters that you did not know, going through the persecution and suffering the consequences of perceived actions or said actions that, the oppressors are trying to put on us. So, I think today we're going to touch base on a lot of things that still takes place within the so-called Black community that a lot of us seemingly think we're exempt from. And with that, I want to say shalom to Brother Sadar from LTKW Radio. What's good with you, bro?
Hey, shalom. What's going on with you brothers, man? All praises to the Most High.
Yeah, I like that backdrop.
Oh, yeah, man. It ain't cost them. That's a couple dollars. It's fake, man. It's fake.
Yeah, man. Hey, brother the doc, man, how you feeling, man? You feeling pretty good?
I'm feeling real good. All praises to the Most High, man. I'm feeling great. Woke me up, man. I'm in the right state of mind, although, that spiritual demon Satan try to come down on you from week to week, day to day. But just like he don't stop, we don't stop. So, all praises, bro.
Right. All right, pray. And y'all go over to Let's Talk Knowledge and Wisdom Radio podcast. Hit that subscribe button. The brother has some material for y'all real soon. But without further ado, y'all get the shameless plugs while I going to get this set up. We're going to watch this video. May stop it, may not. But we're going to break this thing down. Y'all take notes out there. Like we will. We're going to come back and dissect this.
All right, everybody in the chat, go ahead and like and subscribe over here at Scorn Black Man Podcast, Fire Talk Radio Podcast, and the Let's Talk Knowledge and Wisdom Radio. Go ahead.
Hey, I don't hear no sound.
You say y'all can hear no sound at all?
No, there's no sound, and there's a lag in the video.
Oh Lord. All right, let's yeah, y'all give a shameless plug out real quick while I try to see what's going on.
All
Yeah,
right.
do a little talking.
Yeah, so we
real quick.
All right, while we having a little technical difficulties as far as the video is playing, the subject that we're speaking on, man, if anybody can go ahead and comment on it, man, I want to chime in, hit the link, come on, and let's build upon this subject here of senseless murder of Black America, white supremacy soldiers versus the divided ghettos of America, right? So yeah, it's a lot of senseless murder going on here in America, man, amongst from the enemy, the oppressor, even amongst our own people, right? Senseless murder of Black America. How do we correct this matter? How do we should actually be policing ourselves. We should need we should need another nation to govern over us, to police us. But for the disobedience of our people, this is what's amongst us, and there's a fix. But a lot of us don't, some of us of our people, man, here in this nation, we don't want to do what it takes to fix this problem. So,
hey, can I get a precept, bro?
Yeah, go ahead.
So what you just said is heavy because we should be policing ourselves. You should never have another group of people policing over you because they're not going to have the same shared values, beliefs. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to have the same level of care and assertiveness with your community like you are with your own people in most cases.
Right.
So when you look in Leviticus chapter 26 and verse 17, it says, "And I will set my face against you, and ye shall be slain before your enemies. They that hate you shall reign over you, and you shall flee when none pursueth you." Isn't that the case today? We can be the hardest thing in the streets on the corners with our own people, but as soon as we see the blueberry and cherry lights, as soon as we see them boys in blue, we running. You know what I'm saying? You can be innocent. You can have no drugs, no firearm or nothing, and you get a sense of fear over you in most cases.
Right. Exactly.
And this is because how they administer that level of hate with our people throughout generation after generation. It's a sad case. And like you said, man, it's heavy because we should be policing ourselves and not allowing these white supremacist soldiers coming into our area and doing the things that they do to our people.
Right. Con, man. A lot of our people, man, like you were saying, yeah, we definitely should be policing ourselves. And there's 3 functions that the police have. And I don't know a lot of people are aware of, but it kind of hinders it. It goes into the laws that we have as Israel to govern ourselves as so-called Blacks here in America. 3 functions, right? Maintain public order and safety, enforce the law, right? Detect, prevent, and investigate criminal activity. Imagine if so-called Black people did that amongst ourselves. Right. What kind of utopia would we set for ourselves? What would that be like, man? But look, since what happens for breaking and being disobedient and not following the commandments, right, and the laws here that was set up, for the state of Israel, for Israelites, right? What happens is now you have white supremacy soldiers over your behind, man. And now you ducking, running, and hiding. We, like you said, we only tough with our own people. Get off my block, nigga. What you doing in my hood, nigga? Right? But when the police roll through, niggas scatter like roaches. When the light come on.
Right. Let me see this damn. If y'all can hear no volume, please let me know, man. I'm gonna try something else. I'm gonna try.
Oh, you about to try the video?
Yeah, I'm gonna try again real quick.
Okay.
No sound. Yeah, still ain't no sound.
You know what's crazy is that for the last couple of episodes, YouTube has really been playing with, you know, the reach and the scope of these episodes that we've been doing. Like last week, we did one on Candace Owens, right? Is she a revolutionary or is she just another modern woman? And they've been playing with the numbers like crazy. Like it's down under 100. We've over 100 plus people that viewed it. It's been down. We've been having technical difficulties as of late with videos being able to play, you know. So we see that the word of the Most High Yah is going out. You know, the scriptures say that the angels will rejoice if just one repents of their sins and come into the fold. So that's all we, you know, hope to garnish is just reaching just one soul out there with this information. And that one soul is much more detrimental than an army of unbelievers that say they believe but really don't believe because they're not applying. So it's just funny how these things is going on with the podcast of late. Before we had hit a certain number of subscribers and everything, we was never having any of these issues. Now it seems like we're having, you know, problems left to right, but I still, you know, give all praise to Abba Yah because I know that, you know, it's purposely done just to hinder the message getting out.
Con. Do you have your computer open on Yehuda? I was see can you share it? You know how to share your screen, right? You know how to send a thing through your I make a play it off of if you share it, I make a play. I mean, it may play the sound. I don't know why it's not playing. I can hear the sound on my end when I play it, but y'all can't hear it. I don't know why.
All right. Well, I'm a request to come on to the podcast because I'm on through my phone right now.
Okay.
So I'm entering in a second.
And you know, while we at it, Ecclesiastes 7:7. Surely oppression making a wise man mad, and a gift destroys the heart. See, it's like the brother Zadok was just saying. Y'all are so quick to fight each other and come against each other, but when it's time to come against white supremacy, you niggas fold. The only time, hey, check this out, man. When you see a nigga, when the only time you really see niggas cry, man? When they get in front of the damn white man, in front of that judge,
oh yeah,
and he bang that damn gavel, and when he bang that damn gavel, boy, you boys fold up like little fucking bitches and cry. I mean, I see all the little baby face cry. I mean, the ugly face cries too that the babies make. You know what I mean? And these dudes do all this for that white judge when he bang that gavel. But though, when something happens to their own brothers, man, oh man, fuck that here. You know what I'm saying, man? Damn him, man. You know, I'm a real one. Blah 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 blah. Right. It popped up, but it said devices could not connect. So you may want to try it again, real quick.
Yeah, we might have to go back and hammer at the videos a little later, man, and just go ahead off the spirit, man, and just dive into the subject, man.
Right. But you know, so when they bang that gavel, the dog, man, you know,
the
bitch and the nigga come out. I'm just going to keep it real, man. The bitch and the nigga
keep it real. Keep it real. It's facts, man. Because a lot of our black men have grown. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, brother. Go ahead, finish your point.
No, I was gonna say, you know, when they sit there, man, like they literally like roll around and they act like the black woman when she going hysterical, man. When she putting on the show, they fall around and goddamn mama. Right. They turn around and mama like, you know, say like, mama, I ain't did nothing wrong. Yeah, you did, nigga. You killed one of your own brothers, man. You raped one of your own sisters. Yeah, you did. You know what I'm saying? But you'll cry for that goddamn white man, but you won't cry for your own people. Go ahead, brother.
I was just gonna say that, man. They asking and beg for mercy from the so-called white man, that judge, right? That judge sitting up there with that gavel that's judging you, right? And it's a corrective judgment, because some of our brothers and sisters go to jail and they come out doing the same thing, right? Go in, come back out, do the same thing again, yada yada yada, right? You would want judgment from your brothers, right? Which is actual just correction, right? Rebuke. I'd rather get that correction, judgment from my brothers, so I don't go to jail, right? So I can give me some wisdom on how to stay out of jail, brother. But when you go in front of that white man, you cry, like you said, roll around on the ground, screaming, yelling. You look back at your mama. No, you weren't crying for mama to keep you out of jail. Mama, give me that wisdom. Mama, show me that, I'm gonna take that correction, mama. Daddy, I'm gonna take that correction. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna stay away from Pookie and Ray Ray and them, so I don't, go to jail. But you go in front of that white man, break down. Please, Mr. White Man, please don't send me to jail, Mr. White Man. Nah, nigga, nah. Nah. That's why the Most High set up these people, these white supremacy race soldiers over you. Now they govern over you. Now they police you. Now you scatter like roaches in your own hood and this and that, and then you go to jail. You go to prison. And and it's just further destroying the community, man. Our people, they gotta wake up, man. They gotta adhere to the laws of the land, but overall adhere to the laws of the Most High God, man, to avoid these situations.
Con. Yeah, man. It's really a shame. And like I say, like you have these white supremacists, right? You have like the Proud Boys and the KKK, the skinheads, and all those the Nazis, this and all kind of damn shit. And what I noticed they have some melanated people that be at the top leading ass, like the Proud Boys. What his last name is? Toro or some shit. That nigga about
yeah. Right. Yeah, he was some Latino. He's some Mexican or Spanish dude.
But see, and I noticed that too, especially with those. A lot of Hispanics have identity problems, just like a lot of Negroes do too. Niggas be black as hell, but still talking about something. Yeah, well, I'm black, Japanese, Hawaiian, and Caucasian, and Arab. Y'all don't stop all that shit. You still a nigga. You know what I'm saying? And you people that say that, y'all are the ones that join these white supremacist group. Like it's this black woman, and she's on I watched her the other day. She got this thick weave on, right? And she's talking about, hey, black women, don't date any men that's poor. And then another black woman reacted to it, and she called her out. She said, "Hold on, you the same black woman in this picture right here in this video that was with your broke white supremacist boyfriends, and after they ran the ghetto gang white supremacist choo-choo train on you, you went and got a nose job and put all this weave in your head. Now you come out talking some don't date broke men, but you just dating the broke white supremacists. You know what I'm saying? I mean, dude was throwing the Hitler sign up, all that stuff right there and everything.
Wow, yeah. They destroyed. Our people destroyed.
I'm telling you right now, if a race war kick off right now, over half our people will join the white people's side, man.
Oh yeah, out of fear.
You know the white Hispanics gonna join the white people's side, but these blacker than black Negroes is going to join the white man's side and going to try to kill and gather up his people to go in concentration camps and every damn thing else.
Oh yeah, that's scriptural though. That's supposed to happen. That's gonna happen, right? That's prophecy. That's gonna happen, right? They did that in the time of Christ, right? When they delivered him up, right? A whole lot of our people, man, crucify him. The leaders amongst our people said crucify him, right? It wasn't all of Israel. We know that. I know a lot of y'all know that, right? It wasn't all of Israel, but it was a big part though that said crucify him. Same thing gonna happen. Ain't nothing new under the sun.
Brother Don Yehuda, what you think about that, Brother Don Yehuda? Because it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Is he there? He might not be there.
He probably stepped away for a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, but this
communication coming in and out a little bit, but I'm trying to pull this up now. That's why I like really messing with my desktop, because the connection is horrible when it comes to these lives. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, man. Yeah, just so we don't have dead air, man. I'm just plugging in some things here, man. Once again, man, y'all hit that like and subscribe button, man, on the Scoring Black Man podcast. Tap in. Uh-oh, I hear something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's trying to do what it want to do.
Yeah, I don't know what's the hell going on with but shout out to Professor Lovely Lady, Obadiah, K. Judah, Sister Weezy, Sister Mika, everybody that's in the chat right now. We're just trying to get this thing together here. I'm trying to get the thing to play the thing. Don't you there, brother? If you is, we can't hear you though.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah. I was trying to maybe bring up this thing. It's gonna get it played here. I had it pulled up. So let me see here. Man. Y'all go ahead and you know what I'm saying, give your talks, man. Y'all go ahead.
Yeah, man. We like I said, this is a great subject, man. You know, we're gonna just get into the spirit here, pull the precepts out on these things, man. Yeah, problems in America, man. Good old America, KKK. Not so much as I'm gonna be honest, man. Like a lot of these subjects we can pull up, man. You know, they're very, very good topics, man. And it always comes back around the circle, though, man, and to the point of, the issue is not so much, man, with the enemy, man. Right? There's an enemy put in place. That adversary put in place. He's going to always go against the righteous, right? But if you in the wrong, right, you constantly walking in darkness and in evil, of course the adversary, you gonna buddy with the adversary, and he's gonna buddy with you. Y'all, you're gonna do the will of him. He's gonna grant you these things. It's and then the circumstance that at the end of the day, it's jail, it's death. Anybody listening, man, that's under the sound of my voice, man, that's tuning in or may have tapped in and listened or got a family member or somebody struggling in the streets, which I know a lot of us do. These things are going to happen. We can't look back and look out and point the finger always constantly at the enemy. He is set up for that. The Most High set him up for that. He's a whooping stick, right? You read that in Psalm 17:13. Right, he is the sword of the Most High God, right? Or we want to get ghetto with it. He is that extension cord. What's happening to that? When you're getting out of line, right? So, but these soldiers, these police that are put up have to follow the guidelines of the federal government, and we know who's at the top of the federal government. When you read in Job 9, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, right? So these people at the top don't have you, Israel, in their best interest. You get out of line, they feel they got to put you in line by prison or by death. They can't do public lynchings anymore, although we know some of our brothers and sisters we have seen in the past few years, there have been some brothers been hung. But I'm talking about on a broad scale like it used to be. There are no public lynchings because I guarantee if the white man could do that, he'll bring it right back. He'll do it and get rid of all you niggas, right? If he could, right? But right. So we got, hey, these things are put in place, man. These race, what do you call it? WS soldiers, right? And these wicked and these police, these corruption in these police stations and stuff, man. These people that are heading these things that are at the top, the leaders there, they don't like you. They join these squads, these police brigades and all this stuff because they hate the so-called black man here in America, right? Don't let them fool you with we're just trying to come into the community and, get involved with the community and, just see what's going on and help you guys. No, they're not. They're not set up to protect and serve you. They might serve you ass whooping. Ask Rodney King, right? And all the other,
Right.
and from then on, that's only, they're not protecting you, but they will serve you. You know. So listen, man, we got to wake up. Our people got to wake up and come back, you know, to the commandments, man. Just righteousness overall, loving one another, right? Coming together, being unified, you know, and helping each other out, and policing our own communities. You see wrong going on, report it, man, because it's going to be something, the wrong that a Negro is doing in his own community is somehow going to affect you. He gonna get his fill, and next thing you got it? You good?
Not that, but I'm gonna play something else right now. You know what I'm saying?
All right, go ahead. Yeah, come on,
I want to get a feel.
On average, the Black dollar circulates for about 6 hours in the Black community. We need to do better as a community, support Black-owned businesses, but that's sometimes easier said than done.
And here comes the damn devil.
Before we can support Black-owned businesses, we need a readily available economic search engine to be able to find those Black businesses to support in our communities. The Essential Black Business app is the answer to that question. The EVA is always on the community side, meeting the community's needs with easy access.
So we have one of our sisters here, you know, she was, you know, had a child at one of the schools in the Frisco, you know, independent school district, and say her child was being discriminated against, and the principal didn't want to do nothing about it. Sister went up there and definitely went up there to defend her child. So he tried to pull some BS and try to get the sister, you know, up on some charges for trespassing. So, you know, just end up leaving with this dude, end up sending the police to her house anyway. Let's go ahead and roll that.
How can I help y'all?
Hello, it's Officer Staff with the Frisco Police Department.
Yes.
Have some criminal trespass warnings. It's going to be in relation to what took place at yesterday. I'd like to kind of and explain them to you.
No, they're lying. I was not criminal trespassing. I told them to give me my child, and they held my child there until y'all got there, so y'all could try to give me for trespassing. So no, you can leave it there.
Okay, so here's the deal, okay? You are verbally being told about the criminal trespass warning. It is now in effect, okay? If you come on
that
to
is fine. I already withdrew my daughter from there. She will not be returning, nor will I be going there. So that is fine.
Okay,
I already contacted the district. Can all of y'all get away from my house, please?
All right, so here's the deal.
Get away from my house. I got it. Y'all stated it. Thank you. Y'all all don't need to be here.
On your doorstep, and this is good.
Fine. Leave it right there on the doorstep. I appreciate it. We will not be returning. And I already called and let them know that I was withdrawing her.
Do you have any questions?
I've told y'all many, many times before, if you can, you know, don't even put your children in public school. What are they actually learning there? They're not really learning a bunch of nothing. If you can, you know, afford to put them in, you know, homeschool like this, you know, state of Texas, you can put them in K-12. You can pull them out, put them in K-12, homeschool, and that's that. If you had them in public school before, it would be free, because these people, you know, they don't treat our children right. You know, I mean, look at how they treat us just in this country. You expect them to treat our children right. Then in the schools, you're literally indoctrinating children, not educating children. Then you have people in this state talking about, you know, critical race theory and saying, pulling all these different books out of the schools that the children can't learn about, right? Because they're trying to protect their lie of white supremacy, because white supremacy is built off of falsehood and lies. So in order to protect the lies, they got to pull books out, you know, no different than Nazi Germany. Let's pull books out so people won't get properly educated. The best thing that's been for everybody has been the internet, because you can actually get educated on your own. I learned more things outside of their school institutions than me being in it. I went through school. I got my high school diploma. I got my bachelor's degree and all that. And I still learn more outside of any of that structure on my own, you know, through the internet and life experience. I can research anything I want. I can read anything I want. You know what I'm saying? To learn, to grow. All the things I know now, even with the production of our show, I had to go research all that on my own. Nobody taught me anything about no cameras. Nobody taught me anything about sound. Nobody taught me anything about anything. I learned all that on my own. I went to no school, none. And then if somebody had more experience in that than me, you know what? We could hire them and let them do their thing. I could pick up from them too. I'm always willing to learn. You got to be always willing to learn. Always be the student, always. But yeah, that sister did the right thing. You know, don't even go out and talk with them for what? You know, they say what they said, leave your thing, don't go back to that school, and that'd be the end of it. But, you know, they'll let me know what y'all think about this.
Man, what y'all think about that, man? What y'all think about that, man? You know what I'm saying? Talk to me, brother Daniel. Talk to me. I need you to bring the sermon today. Talk to me.
I mean, I agree with him. I agree with the brother because we took our youngest son out of school. He homeschools. We don't prescribe to, you know, the public school system because for one, they got nothing but, you know, there's no organization within the school system. They have the police force within the school system. You know what I'm saying? The teachers are afraid of the kids, so they're going to go from 0 to 100 immediately instead of assessing the situation, de-escalating the situation, trying to talk and get an understanding of what's going on. So just the whole public school system right now is a detriment to the Black community. Unfortunately, a lot of us really can't afford to homeschool because, as we already know, the system has us to where you have to have multiple incomes coming in the house. So if you don't got multiple incomes coming in the house, you know what I'm saying? You kind of got your back against the wall. You got to make ends meet. So you kind of, you know, robbing for Peter to pay Paul already from the jump. And then you're trying to get your children an education that they're being miseducated in the system anyway from the jump. So you add all that up with the school to prison pipelines and the police system that, you know, profiles, harasses, and even murders our people on a day-to-day basis. It's a lose-lose situation for our people right now, man. And a lot of this is due to, like the brother Sadak said earlier, not us being unified. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't have police in our neighborhood that's not our people. You know, the so-called Jews, they police their own neighborhoods. The police don't roam in their neighborhoods. You don't see them doing routes all day, every day through the streets of Jews. You know what I'm saying? You don't see that. You see that only in our neighborhood, in the so-called African-American neighborhood. But we know, you know what I'm saying, us being Israelites, you know, this is part of the judgment against us because even still to this day, we're not making wise spiritual decisions. We're still not doing the instructions that we have right in our house, in our holy scriptures to do, which is gather together, O nation not desire. Are we gathering together? Hell no. A lot of us is at each other's throat. We're trying to bust each other upside the head, split it to the white meat. You know what I'm saying? We cussing one another out. You can't even discipline another brother's child without them coming back trying to kill you about this earth. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we're not even doing the simplest instruction that was given to us that would be the most beneficial for us.
Exactly.
Brothers are dark, man. They got to take them out to schools, man. They got to take them out to schools. You know what I'm saying? They sent the police there. You know, the police, y'all know who the police was. They was the slave catchers, right?
That's right.
Slave catchers. Where the police came from. They slave patrol is what they called them.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But, you know, she took her daughter out for whatever reason, you know, some kind of, you know, you already know how it is. These folks, you know, they want to kick our kids out, keep their kids in there. You know the games they play. You know what I'm saying? We know this. So the sister decided to take her daughter out of the school, and they put a goddamn what you call it? A protective you know what I'm saying? No, what they took out a protective order against her. You know what I'm saying? Don't come back here.
Right.
She said, I ain't coming back anyway. I don't withdraw my daughter out of here. What the fuck y'all doing that for?
Right. Yeah, but it was a setup. Well, I'm gonna get one scripture real quick. I'm gonna read it. Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 10. Right? Never trust thine enemy, for as iron rusteth, so does his wickedness. Right? So you should be trusting these people to teach your children, Israel, anything. Now, understand, a lot of us had to go through the school system growing up, but when there's knowledge has increased on the earth, right? The scriptures talk about that. Knowledge has increased, right? So we should now know, after seeing a lot of these videos on YouTube, I think I just sent you one over too, brother. But a student, you got it? A student was attacked in Houston in a school the other day, right? Attacked by a teacher. I'm talking about pummeled, beat down. I would listen. Let me tell you something right now. I wouldn't be on this podcast, man, if somebody attacked my child in school, a teacher. I'm gonna leave it at that, right? You attack my child that I sent to the school to be educated or indoctrinated. You know what I'm saying? And you put your hands on my child in school, it's gonna be major. It's all hell gonna break loose. So we send our kids to these schools in hopes that they're fed, that they're educated, that they're well taken care of while you go make a decent living or whatnot to take care of your household. And you got some damn demon putting their damn hands on your child. The brother just said it in the video, man. Take your kids out them schools, man. They ain't learning any damn thing yet. They're not learning anything.
They ain't learning but white supremacy. Hey, listen,
they learn white supremacy. That's what they learn in white supremacy, right? They learning how to, white Jesus and, and reverence the white man and the white woman and eat this and eat that. Come on, man. Right? No, The teaching starts at home. It starts out the scriptures. Teach your children how to respect you first and foremost. Love the Most High. Respect their own people and love their own people, right? And everything else falls after that, man. Take your kids out of these wicked, demonic, white supremacy schools and churches. That's right. I said it.
Yeah, think about all them systems. That's it. Wicked as hell.
It's wicked, man. It's not for you. It wasn't never meant to be for you. That's why they was segregating your black behind back in the day. And they didn't want you in their schools.
What the old said, he said they gave the women jobs so they can tax the women, right? But they want to go at one specific woman, and that's the black woman. Get you out of the homes, make money off you from taxing you from the jobs. That's more money for the United States. But while they got you out of the home, they indoctrinated your kids. Do what the white man said, Rockefeller, in schools, and they still do it now. So now the kids been indoctrinated, which is the parents, the grandparents, and some. I mean, it's crazy. And then it also, so now they use you to indoctrinate in the churches with these Christianity pastors. Most of them are going to be women, because he's going to start off. Then once the women indoctrinate the little boys and girls, hell, not the men indoctrinated. White supremacy all the way around the board, man. White supremacy all the way around the board. Go ahead, brother Don Yehuda.
No, what I was saying was up here, man, they closed all of our high school public schools and combined them all in the inner city. So you got all of our people in one high school. So now you have a situation where you have the police that patrol within the high school as though they out on the streets. They know that there's issues between people throughout the city, and you got them all coupled like this is the ghetto. The whole reason for the ghetto is to keep people disorganized, keep them discombobulated, keep anger and hatred spewing, and then you got them all in the same high school. They didn't do this to any of the suburban high schools here and around Erie. They only did that to the inner city schools. You know what I'm saying? And our people don't have an understanding of what's going on, and they don't understand that we need to get together, pool our resources. First and foremost, like the brother said, come out of these schools anyway. But if you can't come out of them, then you need to start pulling your resources, coming together and start taking action, not protesting, not asking to be treated a certain way, but making things happen. That's the only way you're going to see change. And first and foremost, you got to put the Most High Yah in your life and as a guy, period, first and foremost, before you do any of those other things. So that just goes to show you how they have this prison, the pipeline, how they have this profile, and how they have these things set up already within the community, setting us up to fail from the jump.
Come on. Let me
and
pull
I think you meant, Sister Professor Lay, I think you meant integration. Integration was the worst thing that could have happened to us, because that's what happens. You know what I'm saying? Remember, Dr. Martin Luther King said, I fear I have integrated my people into a burning house. And he understood it, because once we did that, that's when the indoctrination, all our money, all our funds, 6 hours to live. That was in that damn video. You know what I'm saying? 6 hours. Remember, I just played that news thing. He came on, 6 hours to live. That black dollar, it killed everything. The indoctrination comes in, everything's destroyed. Now they get that black man in the household, because we could bring it back. But I don't want a man. I don't need a man. I can do it all by myself. Y'all a bunch of dusties. Blah 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 blah. Oh, you know what I'm saying? All that shit right there. That's gonna keep it fucked up. This is why, I'm a passport bro. We'll get into that another damn day. You know what I'm saying? Get the white man satellite out your head. Get the white man satellite out your head. I mean, satellites out your head, Negroes.
Right.
Because that's what's going on.
Yeah. I got a precept real quick before you get to the next point here. It's one of my favorites, man, that a lot of our people need to take heed to, man. In Lamentations 4:17, right? It says, "As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help," right? "In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us." This is just a reoccurring. This is what's going on. Like, we keep watching and wanting a nation to teach us, right? To help us grow, right? We don't cleave unto the Most High. We want to cleave unto these nations, right? This is all since the beginning of the scriptures, man. All in Leviticus and Numbers and all the way out through all our captivities. We always want to cleave to the other nations. And where has it gotten us? Right now, it has gotten us senseless murder of Black America with white supremacy soldiers and divided ghettos of America. That's what happens when you want to cleave unto other nations. People, come on now. This is the problem. I wish that this message could play out over the speakers when you pushing your damn cart in Walmart, man. And then this Lamentations 4:17 just come on, man. Revelations 18. Deuteronomy 7:3 all through the speaker. That's the utopia. That's the a world I want to live in. And that's going to be the kingdom that's going to be set up. And there ain't going to be no more Christmas carols, man, when you shopping, man. You know, the word of the Most High going to be coming out.
Hey, that's what's wrong with Taraji right now, man. She's having when they hit the wall, they start having these breakdowns, and what she's doing, she said she got to go to Bali, Indonesia. Bali is a nice little spot, that nice spot. Y'all should go there and visit. I know I'm going, but she said she got to go there for a month.
Where you say that's where?
She got to, it's called Bali, BALI. And it's in Indonesia. Yeah,
that's Indonesia. Yeah. That's a hot spot. That's a hot expat.
Yeah, she's going there to because she don't have like a little nervous breakdown type shit. So she going there on a spiritual retreat for a month. Oh well, hey, I hope you meditate on the Most High. Yeah, I go there on spiritual.
It all depends what spiritual. What spiritual?
Meditate on the Most High. I'm gonna meditate to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, that's what I be doing. But trusting in white supremacy, man. This is what got us. And I'm gonna get to that video you sent right now. Shameless plugs, please.
Yeah, definitely go over to LTKW Radio, like, share, and subscribe. Also, Fire Talk Radio Podcast. And you know what to do right here on this channel, the Scoring Black Man Podcast. Like, share, and subscribe.
It was all caught on. Investigation is underway after an Humble ISD teacher is accused of assaulting a student, and it was all caught on camera.
Domly Keith joining us now live from Humble with more. It's so surprising, Domly, that it happened in a classroom at Humble High School.
Yeah, that's exactly what the parents are saying. And they're saying that the video of what happened to their son here at Humble High School yesterday is hard to watch. They say it's even more difficult knowing it was a teacher that put his hands on it.
This is when he grabbed them, slung them across the table and chairs, and then slammed them up against the wall.
This appropriate behavior for a teacher?
It's very upsetting.
Albert Bolden says school officials told him there was a substitute in his son's class at Humble High School Wednesday, so this English teacher came into the class to tell his 10th grade son he's too loud and
stayed in his face, antagonizing him. My son told him, "You told him to be quiet. I'm not saying nothing else." That's when I was told that the teacher snatched the chair from up under my baby.
Bolden says this teacher created chaos in the classroom, and he believes what you're seeing is a crime being committed against his son.
And then you see the students trying to get the teacher off of him. And he's steady yelling, "Why are you putting your hands on him?" Then he slam on the ground and he get on top of him. I want him doggone arrested, charges filed. I want his teacher's license revoked. I don't want him to be able to go to no school in no state and be able to teach another child in the event that he may do this here again. If I would have put my hands on my baby, I would have been in jail.
He says his son, who was left limping, bruised, and with significant swelling, had to be taken to the emergency room. But Bolden says he's sure his teen would have been taken to jail if he had behaved like the teacher.
Yes, it would have went to jail. My son didn't put his hands on him. That teacher put his hands on my baby. But that teacher got to get in his vehicle and drive home. I have a problem with that. How's my son going to be mentally? We already see how he is physically. Physically, he'll heal. Myself, my wounds from the military heal, but I still deal with the invisible wounds of it, PTSD.
Now, Humble ISD sent the following statement to me saying this should not have happened. It is unacceptable. The teacher has been put on leave. An investigation is underway, and it is unlikely the teacher will return when the investigation concludes. Now, Humble ISD goes on to say yesterday the teacher was helping out in another classroom when he used physical force to try to get a student to take a seat and listen. These actions are unacceptable and contrary to standards and expectations for all employees. Now, the district also says that it is cooperating fully with a law enforcement investigation. They say Humble ISD police are investigating this matter. Again, the teacher has not been charged. Humble ISD Police Department is investigating. I haven't been able to reach the teacher directly for comment.
Boy, I tell you, boy. Boy, I tell you, boy. Why in the world does a teacher feel that they
I would have whooped that cracking ass, boy.
Listen, listen, it wouldn't have been Nan school official, man, that could stop me from entering that school, man, and ripping that dude to shreds, man. But this is the hatred. This is that hatred. He came into that school probably knowing there's black students there. This is my opportunity to whoop on a little nigga, man. This is my opportunity. Soon as one of these little Negroes act like they don't want to listen to my class, hey, it's WWF, right? Yeah, man. Yeah. And like the sister just said, enough is enough. You got to take your child out of these schools. Listen, and I got a flip side to this, though, too. I got something else on this one. Listen. Now, that child that happened, you don't think that he's going to be traumatized, have some mental health issues going on, some anger issues, some anguish, some outrage, some trauma. He already got physical trauma. Now he's got this mental trauma and mental anguish and outrage. And here's the sad part. Here's the kicker. Guess what? That little brother ain't going to take it out on the white man or white woman. I'm not saying that that's right and he should, but guess what? You're right. Statistics say he is not going to take it out on that white man. As far as I'm concerned, if he in Christianity, his father taking him to church, white Jesus just whooped my ass. It's okay. I got an ass whooping by white Jesus. Right? But no. He ain't going to take it out on his on the teachers or on anybody not of his race. he gonna take it out on his own brothers. He might turn into start putting his hands on his girlfriend, or if he get married, on his wife. This is all a domino effect, man. Y'all see this? This is set up. This is by damn design. That's why you got to take your damn kids out of these white supremacy schools and damn facilities, man, and all of this mess, man. Take them out. Take them out, because it's a setup. It's by design to further cause problems. It's detrimental to your family, to the black family, by you having your children sit up in these institutions, man, getting so-called educated by the white man and white woman. This is what happens right here, y'all.
Right. Yeah, man. I mean, you know, scriptures tell you, like Psalms 106:41, that the Most High gave us into the hand of the heathen, right? And we in turn do the same thing. We know that a lot of these people don't care for us, but we yet and still give our kids to them, or we put ourselves in a position where we're subservient to them or submissive to them. You know what I'm saying? We're doing the same thing that our father did to us for our disobedience, but we willingly doing it. You know, in these systems, we'll complain about how bad the school system is. We'll complain about how bad the type of friends our kids hang around with, what they be doing, and all of these things in between. But yet and still, we willingly still put them in harm's way, in the line of fire. And we don't learn our lesson from these things. We continue to do these things over and over again. We want to cry, moan, you know, bitch and complain. We want to march. We want to do all of this, but we still not doing what the scriptures tell us to do. We got the solution right here, y'all. We got the solution right here in this book. All you got to do is apply it. You got to learn and apply, but we don't want to do that. We want to go off our own understanding. We want to still be the Pookie and Ray Rays out here. We can change the world with our ignorance and all type of nonsense. But at the end of the day, like you said, that young boy is going to be victimized and traumatized, and it's going to play out in some part of his life with somebody, whether it be on himself, whether it be his girlfriend or future wife, whether it be with his parents, his siblings, whatever the case may be, and not to include the fear he's going to have of the authority.
Yep.
It's supposed to be put in place to be there to protect and serve.
Yeah.
Hell, that was his teacher. He must have been at the damn teacher and protected.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The teachers and the police, they working hand in hand, though.
Right.
You know,
he'll never trust education. He'll never trust anybody in any type of leadership or somebody that's supposed to be in type of guidance or a counselor. He won't trust them. And there, right there, you just saw what's happening to the black youth in our community, the young black youth in our community. Now you just seen literally it being planted. You just saw the spark of what the problem is in our community. You just saw it right there. You might say, so Doc, why are you saying that? That white man put his hands on him. Hey, like I said, didn't they put the whip to your back? Then you turn around and you damn killing your own people, man. Don't nobody do nothing to the oppressor. Nobody do nothing to the oppressor, man. We turn around and I'll take all that anguish and outrage and trauma and turn around and apply it to your own people. That's by design. I read the Willie Lynch letter. This is by design. That's called buck breaking. That dude just sat up in there, man, and just embarrassed that young man in front of his peers. You see this, man? This is a mess, man. That's why anybody that's sitting up there standing hand in hand with the so-called enemy, I despise you greatly.
Right.
I despise you greatly. You know what I'm saying? You sitting up there holding hands with the enemy, man, and bigging up the enemy. You know what I'm saying? And here it is. This young brother, this Jake, this young prince, this king is sitting up there letting this nasty white man jump all over him, taking great pleasure in doing so.
Right.
He got to drive home and eat his little McDonald's or Burger King and go and pet his dog and damn sit there and kiss on his wife or whatever he's doing. You know what I'm saying? But he had great pleasure in it, though. Meanwhile, he left our young king, man, in great dress. Damn these devils, man. All of them. Damn them all to hell, man. I mean,
man, and the same, like you say, he's going to take it out on another Negro. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be He gonna. I mean, it is what it is. He gonna take it out on the Negro man.
Man, that's that's BS, man. And I'm sick of it, man. That's why I just threw that video, because I saw that last night. I'm like, oh, let me bring it home with this one right here, man. This just happened recently, man, and this is ongoing. There's some things that are not even reported. It happens so much it can't be reported, or the young student might not even have anybody to go home to and tell them about it, right? Fortunately, this young brother got a father that he can tell and say something, but where's it going to go from here? Obviously, you've seen the white man he got to go home. There was no repercussion. If the brother would have put his hand on his teacher, the young brother would be in jail. Oh yeah, they handcuff 6- and 7-year-old black students all the time. If y'all didn't know and y'all was privy to it. Oh yeah, kindergartners go to jail before the white man do. The hell is this? This is madness.
Having carefully vetted attendees to make sure footage like this doesn't exist. Except they weren't expecting Christopher Goldsmith. He served in the Iraq War and today has made it his mission to expose hate in America.
This is the Nazi hunting station.
Goldsmith shows us how he infiltrates white supremacist and neo-Nazi groups from his office.
When I see a swastika on the ground made of firewood that they can burn, I now know this is where the neo-Nazi conference is going on.
To get intelligence about this October meeting of the Aryan Freedom Network, he went undercover.
After you study these people for years, I can talk like them, so I can convince them that I am one of them, right? So they'll let me into their private chats, whether that's on Telegram or, some other fringe app.
And it was via Telegram last July that Goldsmith learned of the event the group was trying to keep a secret.
Law enforcement, because of the First Amendment, cannot infiltrate a neo-Nazi organization the way that I do.
In October, someone with the alias Daisy Barr, a reference to the leader of the women's KKK chapter a century ago, told him to be ready to be vetted by video chat.
What kind of questions do they ask?
Their vetting for me to infiltrate the Aryan Freedom Network was just confirming that I was white. Hey, can you see me? I showed them on video wearing a skull mask, which is popular with the neo-Nazis. They saw blue eyes and white around my face, and they said, all right, you're in.
A few days later, he got another message to meet up at a gas station in a remote town in East Texas.
This right here was the meeting spot.
His team followed the convoy from the gas station to the rural home where members of the Aryan Freedom Network were gathered. They flew a drone the whole way.
Rather than put a human being at risk, we send this out to go spot the neo-Nazis.
Using the drone footage, he notes the make, model, and license plates of vehicles in hopes his information will help connect the dots between individuals and hate groups.
What would you say are your ultimate goals for your efforts here?
Our ultimate goals are to make being a neo-Nazi very uncomfortable and expensive.
An AFN member initially sued Goldsmith for flying the drone over private property, but dropped it with the option to refile.
You've also talked about how you aren't concerned about harassing people, some of these groups, as part of your methods. And some people might argue that's inappropriate. What do you say to that?
Task Force Butler does not harass or dox people. We simply do not do that. What we do is we take away a veil of secrecy that is being used to hurt people.
The United States is experiencing historic levels of extremist incidents around the country, propelling Goldsmith's drive. He grew up on Long Island with a dream of serving his country, realizing it right after high school with a deployment to Iraq.
When you came back, how were you changed by that experience?
I had severe post-traumatic stress disorder in Iraq.
That PTSD led to a dark period in his life, including an attempt at taking his own life the night before his second deployment to Iraq. Missing his flight resulted in a less than honorable discharge from the Army in 2007. Since then, he's been advocating for veterans' rights on Capitol Hill, the very site where on January 6, 2021, some members of the veteran community were among those who stormed the building. He watched, outraged, but says he wasn't surprised.
Veterans aren't innately drawn to these extremist organizations, but these extremist organizations know how to manipulate veterans. They know how to identify veterans who are vulnerable, like I was, and they fill these questions that we have with conspiracy theories as answers.
So he founded Task Force Butler to employ other veterans to help him fight extremism. His team members stay undercover while he goes public with information they gather.
Veterans carry social capital in a way that other folks don't. Those who are targeting us with those messages are more likely not just to, when they get us, not just the one of us, not just the one veteran, but a social network.
Goldsmith has focused much of his work on the Patriot Front, a group that was responsible for disseminating more than 82% of the almost 5,000 white supremacist propaganda messages spread across the country in 2021, according to the Anti-Defamation League. Last June, 31 members of the group were arrested, who authorities say were planning to riot at a pride parade in Idaho.
I've got access to their Rocket Chat server, which is like an open source version of Slack. And I'm able to see from the inside. We know that our research has been used to help support at least one lawsuit.
That lawsuit, filed against members of the Patriot Front who were filmed allegedly vandalizing an Arthur Ashe mural with spray paint in Virginia. The two men were served in November and have not responded to the complaint. They did not respond to requests for comment from NBC News.
You know, the thought of infiltrating a group that seems really scary and potentially dangerous.
That is not scary compared to getting in a up-armored Humvee and driving through Baghdad every day for a year.
Good boys. For Goldsmith and his Task Force Butler team, a new mission here at home, and they say still in service to their country.
All right, Courtney Kuby joins us now from the Pentagon. And Courtney,
you will not replace us. You will not replace us. You will not Man, these motherfuckers crazy, ain't they? Hey, man. Oh, man, can y'all hear me, man? Let me know if y'all can hear on top, man.
Loud and clear.
Man, you will not replace us, man. They scared, ain't they, man? They scared, man. You know what I'm saying? They're afraid, man. You know, and they love to show you these heartfelt, like, you know, we got some good, decent white folks out there, man. I'm glad he's doing what he's doing, you know what I'm saying, to expose the devils of his bloodline. You know what I'm saying? But let's be quiet.
He said, listen, he said it ain't even scary like running through that Humvee over bomb laden roads over in Baghdad. So this ain't nothing for him. He like, man, this ain't ish. I can do this all day, every day.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Man, is the deepness of white, like the Bible says, man, and we're gonna get that scripture for you, man. You know, the devil knows, you know, he come down with great wrath because he knows he got nothing but a short time. As we see, there's more and more white supremacist groups. We hate crimes too happen. I mean, they going up. I mean, dramatic to see, but the media, they want to put it out all the time. They just want to put it out like when it's a clear cut, somebody on camera, George Floyd being caught, you know what I'm saying, something like that on camera, or you know, this being caught on camera. But other than that, right there, they try to keep it low key, keep it in the Oakland state news, you know what I'm saying. But the hate is real right now. Because as we come out, as we waking up, and you hear more and more celebrities talking about, yeah, we don't say Hebrew Israelites for the Bible, blah, blah, blah. Which we've been teaching that for the long, trying to let you know the world is waking up. You know what I'm saying? The world is seeing the black man get the fuck up out of here. You know what I'm saying? If he got a good black woman, he taking her with him. If not, he'll find one in the next country. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers fleeing Babylon. They leaving the Matrix. All of this is biblical. You know what I'm saying? All of this is biblical. You know what I'm saying? Man, like we could damn near put everything. I mean, man, Deuteronomy 28 chapters covered a lot of stuff, man. It covered a lot of stuff. A lot of prophecies, you know. prophecies happens 2 and 3 times. You know what I'm saying? Some of them just don't happen one time.
That's right. Right. Well,
You know?
we knew that we have always have a people, as a nation of Israel, we have always been despised. We are always looked down upon. We have always been made a spectacle, man, and a laughing stock among the nations. Let me get Obadiah chapter 1. Right. I'm gonna start at verse 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. Thou art greatly despised. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. Saith the Lord. Right? So we are the minorities. They call us minorities, greatly despised among these nations, right? And some of our people, we don't realize that because we have that, that Martin Luther King spirit, that all-inclusive spirit. You know, everybody's welcome. Nobody can do me no harm. Ask the 9 black folks that was shot down by the damn demon over there in that black church in North Carolina, South Carolina, one of them, right? Yeah, we trust our enemy. We don't know that we greatly despised. We think that everybody love us. All the nations love us. That couldn't be further from the truth. Give us our stuff back then, right? Bring your riches and bring bring some stuff. What's up? Build up the so-called black man and black woman in America. Hell, no, the African don't love you either. Where they at? Why they ain't come back? Where's the Moses of Africa to come back, man, and come get his people?
Akon.
Yeah, where Akon at? What's up with everybody love Akon? They was bumping his music, right?
He's been trying to go at black Americans every time he get a chance to. He's just taking shots at black Americans every time, you know what I'm saying? But we the one that builds you up, you know what I'm saying? Telling that.
Exactly. Black folks bought your records, man, and put your music at the barbecue and stuff like that. Then you go over there and doing what you're doing. You what's up? What happened, Akon? See that? You're greatly despised among the heathen. Right? Man. Let me get one more real quick. Let me get Ezekiel 36:2. Thus saith the Lord God, because the enemy hath said against you, even the ancient high places are ours in possession. Therefore prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord God, because they have made you desolate. What does desolate mean? They made you desolate. What? You bleak and dismal. You empty. There's emptiness there, right? Made you desolate and swallowed you up on every side, that ye might be a possession unto the residue of the heathen. And ye are taken up in the lips of talkers and are an infamy of the people. When it's talking about taken up in lips, that's going to Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 37, where you're going to be made a proverb and a byword. You're the so-called talk of the town in a negative way. Don't let them niggas pass here. What you doing in this neighborhood, boy? You lost, boy? All of this stuff, all of these things, man, are spoken against you, right? That's what it's talking about right there, man. So I just wanted to get them 2 precepts so that people just understand that you are greatly despised. These heathen and these nations, man, they don't love you. They don't like you. They hate your guts, man.
Reasons we will support them. If they do something wrong, they will be held accountable.
In 8 days, Columbus police officers have fired their weapons at suspects 3 times. In the most recent case, it happened overnight. One man was killed.
Columbus police just released a video from each of those incidents. Mayor Andrew Ginther, Chief Elaine Bryant, and Public Safety Director Robert Clark all now asking the community for patience as these investigations take place.
NBC4's Eric Halpern is live at Columbus Police Headquarters tonight with the very latest on these investigations. Eric, what do you know?
Carrie and Sarah, the investigations are still in their very early stages. BCI is handling the 2 investigations in which people were shot. One of them happened over the weekend. One happened very early this morning. This is body camera video from that shooting this morning around 3 o'clock. Columbus police officers are at an apartment in the 3200 block of Sullivan Avenue. Police say they were there to serve a warrant on 20-year-old Donovan Lewis for improperly handling a firearm, domestic violence, and assault. Officers identify themselves and knock. According to Chief Elaine Bryant, that goes on for about 8 to 10 minutes before anyone answers. Eventually, 2 men are detained. Neither are Lewis. Police use the canine and determine a third person is in the apartment. The canine officer opens a closet door, then the bedroom door. Chief Bryant says as that happens, the suspect raises his hand and there appears to be something. The canine officer fires. We're stopping the video before that happens. No guns were found. The person in the room was Lewis.
Donovan Lewis lost his life. As a parent, I sympathize and I agree with his mother. As a community, I agree with our community. But we're going to allow this investigation to take place.
And again, BCI is investigating this shooting and a police shooting from over the weekend in which a suspect was shot after running after a traffic.
Dropping to see the body camera footage for the first time. Police blurred the officers' faces and they have not released their names. From the moment of the first shots to an officer announcing to cease fire, it was just 7 seconds in its entirety. We again want to warn you, the video is disturbing, and out of respect for Walker's family that does not want to see his body, we're not showing that portion of the video. Akron police first released 2 video clips, the first showing a narration of the chase, the second in real time.
21 shots fired at the vehicle just had a shot come out of its door.
An officer describes a gunshot from Jalen Walker's car as they chased Walker on Route 8 after police say Walker didn't stop for a traffic and equipment violation less than a half mile before on East Talmadge. Akron Police Chief Stephen Milet says ODOT camera captured what they believe was a muzzle flash out of Walker's car. Watch closely the moments right before police kill Walker. You see officers running to Walker's car, guns drawn. Walker, wearing a mask, jumped out as it slowed down on East Wilbeth in Claremont and started running. Officers followed. Seconds later, gunfire that lasted 7 seconds. Chief Milet says he has watched the video at least 40 times.
When you see it in real time, it's very hard to distinguish what Mr. Walker is doing.
Chief Milet describes still photos he says appears to show Walker going down to his waist area, turning toward officers, and a forward motion of his arm. In the end, Walker had at least 60 gun-related wounds, according to the ME's report. The chief says the ME is still determining entry and exit wounds.
Each officer, independent of each other, related that they felt that Mr. Walker had turned and was motioning and moving into a firing position.
Chief Milet says the officers were immediately sequestered and did an individual walkthrough of the scene with investigators.
The 8 officers who were directly involved in the shooting.
But the officers have not given statements. It's been nearly 1 week since the deadly shooting.
The officers don't have to give a statement. Okay, every American is entitled to due process, and they don't, just like everybody else, they do not have to give a statement. My understanding from the union president is they are going to fully cooperate.
Again, BCI is the lead investigator in this deadly shooting. Also, the full autopsy report has not yet been finalized.
Some tough stuff and very tough to watch. Now, police say ODOT cameras captured. We've heard a lot about a muzzle flash.
Right. And so the chief was talking more about that, and he says they returned to where that scene of that muzzle shot was that they say, and they say they did recover shell casings consistent with the gun in Walker's car. But the chief says BCI will determine if it came from the gun. So
A police sergeant faces felony charges after body cam video shows him putting his hands on a fellow officer's neck during an arrest. Sergeant Christopher Police of the Sunshine Police Department in Florida faces 4 counts, including battery on a law enforcement officer and tampering with evidence, which are third-degree felonies, as well as misdemeanor charges of assault on a law enforcement officer and assault on a civilian male, according to the state attorney of Broward County. The charges stem from an incident in November of last year when police showed up to assist officers in the middle of an arrest.
So just get in the car!
Body cam shows officers trying to get the suspect into the squad car.
Get in the car and you'll be fine.
After he's in the back of the car and in handcuffs, Sergeant Police confronted the suspect.
You want to play games? You ever get disrespectful to one officer? I will remove your soul from your body.
The female officer is seen pulling Sergeant Police by the belt to get him away from the suspect. And that's when he goes after her.
No. Get the
Police has pleaded not guilty to all of the charges against him. For Inside Edition Digital, I'm
Oh man, they like, man, let me get to this nigga. Let me get to. They will choke their own about you, Jake. They'll choke their own out.
Hey, she might have been Hispanic. I'm looking at her because she like those like the female officer he found. He down there in Florida, so she could have been white, but it's a lot of Hispanics down there. And they didn't know what to say her name. I was trying to figure out because she was trying to get him out the brother. Like, hold on, man, let me doing the brother like that right there.
Right. That was a spirit through her. You know what I'm saying? She probably was Hispanic or whatever. Like, hold on, the brother ain't doing nothing. He complying, get him in the car, and here come Esau, man. That hatred, man. Woo! Like, he said, man, look, I don't care. You got blue on like me. I'll choke you out, man. Let me get this nigga, man. Let me get him.
Yo, he ain't give a damn. She trying to save him, knowing they got body cams, cameras, everything rolling. She trying to save him from what he just actually put himself further into.
Bro, they don't care because they know they have an entire community behind them. They have people who will raise funds to get they behind out of jail after they done killed your black ass.
Right. Yeah, I thought that was real comical. I had to throw that in there, man, because he's like, man, the hell what you talking about? I'll choke you out. My face, I'll see you in 5 minutes. I'll see you in 5 minutes after this. So ain't no telling what he told her. And then, you know, the crazy thing about it, at the end of all of that, he pled not guilty. We see it all on the film, and he pled not guilty, which leads me right into Zachariah, because this is the things that they'll do. They'll shoot you down on camera. They'll assault you on camera. You know, they'll plant evidence against you on camera. And then they'll say, once they're caught, yo, it wasn't me. You know what I'm saying? He tried to say, that wasn't me. It must have been Bill Goldberg from the WWE that was choking Gurley out. It wasn't him, right? So in Zechariah 11 and 4 and 5, it says, thus saith Abba Yah, feed the flock of the slaughter, feed the flock of the slaughter, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, blessed be Yah, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. So you see, this is a characteristic that follows them from generation to generation, especially when they get into power, that they try to absolve themselves from any wrongdoing, even though you see them firsthand live in 3D on cameras, on audio tapes, and the combination of both of them doing wrong.
Right.
And they tell you, that wasn't me. That wasn't me, good brother. That wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
It'll turn the Shaggy out this
Shaggy spirit, man.
He was trying to get his cheap shots in. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to get his cheap shots in on the brother when the brother got in the car, and she grabbed him by the belt, like, man, cracker, get your big cracker ass on back here. Don't you ever touch me? Don't you ever touch me? Hey, a lot of them cops went there. He would have hit her ass.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He would have got her out.
You see, ain't none of them do nothing. And none of them other cops do nothing. They ain't jump in to intervene, to pull him from her, none of that.
No, because They have an aggression. They have an aggression. They have a man with you, man. They really hate you that bad. And so they sympathize with one another. Oh, I feel you, Bob. You know, I'm tired of these damn niggers, man. You know, I feel you. Go ahead and get your licks in. I feel you. You know, I've seen videos where police get pulled over. He drunk as hell, right? They'll sit there and talk to him. And I know how it is, Bob. I mean, I know how it is, man. You know, it's okay, man. We can work this thing out, man. But if that's your black ass, shit, you better not mumble and stutter a word and trip, man. They're gonna beat you. They're gonna beat you out them clothes, man. You know, and then say you tried something. Say you was resisting. All the videos is out there, but you know what? The Most High is leaving it out there. It's out there for a reason, man. You know, and some of our people gonna pick up on it and repent and change and say, you know what? I don't want that to be me. Let me change my life. And others, that's part of the sword, man. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It ain't gonna disappear. Hey, this race war and all of this stuff and race soldiers and all of that, they out there for a reason. We don't know. While we tick-tocking and twerking and smoking and drinking and shucking and jiving, they're preparing for war. Didn't Mobb Deep say it back in the day? There's a war going on outside. No man is safe from. Right? Hey, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
It's a quiet storm, but it's gonna get lit. It's
a war going on outside that no man is safe from. You can run, but you can't hide forever.
You know what I'm saying? It's about to get lit.
It's about to get lit, man. We got to prepare ourselves, man. Like a lot of you got to prepare spiritually, you got to prepare mentally, you got to prepare physically, you got to prepare because they are prepared. The white man ain't got to get prepared. That's what he was born with. That was what his blessing was, right? He's a cunning hunter, a man of the field. He already ready. He already ready. We the ones ain't ready. That's why we keep getting caught off guard. That's why we keep getting punished. That's how we keep getting pummeled to the ground and then sit up with your lips poked out wondering why. I don't know what is happening. Oh, well, maybe if I celebrate another 4th of July, maybe they'll love me. Maybe things will get better if I just wear one more Black Lives Matter shirt. If I put one more black fist in the air.
They keep going into the ways of the Gentile.
It ain't never gonna stop. How Puffy said, I can't quit.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop. Hey, take that.
We got one more video for y'all. But today, shameless plugs, man. Shameless plugs.
Man, tune in to the Scorn Black Man podcast, right? Like, share, subscribe. Go over to Fire Talk Radio podcast. Like, share, and subscribe. And soon as I get my black ass up and at it, man, with my Let's Talk Knowledge and Wisdom Radio stuff, go on over there and share, like, and subscribe also.
More outrage over the police shooting of 26-year-old Patrick Lioya, killed during an April 4th traffic stop.
Change can't wait for we can't have another person of color die.
Community meetings in Grand Rapids growing heated.
Can none of us go back to 7-10 days ago and bring our brother back?
More demonstrations expected through the weekend.
Do you trust the investigation being done by the state?
No, I don't.
Video released by police Wednesday shows the traffic stop.
What do you want?
The plate doesn't belong on this car.
Turning into a minutes-long scuffle and a struggle over the officer's taser.
Let go of the taser!
Ending with a shot to the back of the head. Lioya's family calling it an execution.
What was so surprising, pull up the gun and blow up his head. And he stayed on top of him. Father said, seemed like he was feeling like he was dead, just to make sure that he's dead.
The unnamed officer involved is a 7-year veteran of the force, now on paid administrative leave as the investigation continues.
What was your initial thought and reaction? There are some pretty significant red flags.
Seth Soughton is a national use of force expert. He testified during the successful prosecutions of former officers Derek Chauvin and Kim Potter in Minneapolis.
Depending on aspects of the situation that simply are not visible or clear from the video, the officer's actions might be egregiously unjustified or might be potentially justified. We really need more information about whether the taser was operable as a weapon, whether it could incapacitate or disable the officer.
Questions that the investigation will attempt to answer for a community anxiously awaiting for more.
Shaq Brewster joins us now from Grand Rapids. Shaq, it looks like you've got a protest behind you. You spoke with Leoya's family. What else did they tell you?
Well, they say they're heartbroken. They're devastated. This is a big loss for them. I spoke to his mother, who said she misses his presence. She misses hearing his voice. His dad said he was supposed to be the soldier of the family. This is a family that came to the United States in 2014, fleeing violence in the Democratic Republic of Congo, and they didn't expect to see what they saw on that tape. But if you listen to one message, they want one thing to be abundantly clear, and they want the officer who shot and killed their son to be identified publicly. They want that officer to be fired, and they want that officer to be prosecuted. And that is the same message that you're hearing from many of the protesters that come out. This is the third night of protests we're seeing here in Grand Rapids, and you hear that constant message. They want accountability. And for the family, again, that's the officer being identified, fired, and prosecuted.
Thanks for watching.
Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, boy.
Hey, that last part, man, in there, man, I don't know if y'all was paying attention and caught it, what he said, right? I picked up on something, right? Listen, that brother left Africa for death in America. Left Africa for death in America.
He came to Babylon.
He came to Babylon to death. Like, damn, man, like that. It's just crazy. Yo.
Hey, I'm like, damn, the brother have shoes on. And then I look, yeah, he had shoes. I'm like, man, some people, don't run, man. I'm like, man, this shit here. Yeah. Like, dude, man, you running like a goddamn turtle.
Yeah, racist. Yeah, there's people, man, they come over here, man, thinking, you know, they gonna face the same thing. Remember, this is a captivity, right? And when you come over, you looked at as this nation over here, when I'm the so-called white man, I don't care where you come from, right? You melanated, you come over here causing any type of problems, you looked at as a nigga, a slave in America. They don't care where you from. They don't give a damn. You gonna get put to death just like we got our captives here in America. How we hang and lynch them and do all the atrocities to them. You come over here acting like and want to be like them, because a lot of them Africans, they come over here trying to be like Jake, man.
Yeah,
they come over here trying to be like Jake, and they actually get amenities over us, and then sit up there and want to be like us. Stop it! You don't want to be like us. You don't want to fall under the because you see what happens. You see what happens. You get a bullet to the back of the head, just like our people.
Right. You better keep your culture, your morals, and your values.
You better keep it over. You better keep that dashiki over there, man, and drink that damn cow blood and all. You better enjoy that, because you don't want this mess over here,
man. And that was crazy, man. Because you see the officer, he pulled that mug and put it right to the right side of his head, and boop.
He knew exactly what he was doing. Right. What you telling me? A taser? Right.
It's cut and clean. That's cut and clean, man. Execution style.
It was execution. You gotta. He talking about let go of the taser. You got a 9mm on your hip. I would have stood up if you the police officer. Stand up and be like, let's see which one win. You know.
He could have pistol whipped it.
He could have pistol whipped it. Exactly. He would have let it go.
Nah, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't see them. Man, listen, man. You give them any excuse. The worst thing a black man can do is run and wrestle. Like, I just seen one other day get killed. I'm gonna try to, you know what I'm saying, put it up in a second. I think Philip Scott might have had it on. But the dude doing all this yelling, you can tell he's single mother raised. Like, but the dude had a pretty good job. You know what I'm saying? But he going hysterical. They got pulled over in the middle of the freeway. He got out of the car. Man told him to get on the ground. He had to get on the ground. Then he started running around the cars, and the man put out his damn gun and go, what? Well, actually got on him. And he, and they started chasing him. That was cool. They chased that dude, man. Hey, listen, man, it was a brother on his back. A brother on his back. And the cracker to the side. And he just tasing the hell out.
Wow.
Stop resisting. Stop. Y'all got it down. Put the damn cuff on him.
Right.
Shit, y'all got this big nigga on his damn. Y'all got his arm. What you talking about? What, because he wiggling?
Yep.
Wiggling my head. Oh, I'm a threat. See, that's how they get you. You just wiggling your head. Oh, he a threat. Man, I'm on the ground. This big nigga on my back. And Cracker, you got a taser right here below my goddamn neck where you actually tasing me in my goddamn neck of my butt right here. You know what I'm saying? Why did you got, hey, cuff me? You know what I'm saying? Just cuff me. I don't give a damn because I'm wiggling. That's all I can damn do at this point, man. I niggas got me pinned down. I'm scared, man. I can't hardly damn breathe. This big gorilla ass motherfucker on my back. You know what I'm saying? They take, man, the Cracker kept tasing him so many times, man. And then they put the damn camera on. Finito, he gone. He's deleted.
Mm-hmm.
He's deleted. You know what I'm saying? Race soldiers, man.
Yeah, they have the race soldiers which have no regard for the young or the old, man. They have no regard for our people. Your life means nothing to them. It doesn't matter. They respect a dog's life over your life. What does that go to say about you?
Man, I was just hey, I'm gonna cut y'all, but so I go to the gym daily, man, and it's this cool, you know what I'm saying, brother, you know what I'm saying? He retired, you know what I'm saying, police department, you know what I'm saying, police officer, police lieutenant, actually retired lieutenant. Me and him work out every day, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Be talking to, the conscious stuff, to the dating, to the passport, travel bro stuff, but we just be on some real talk. And we were talking yesterday, and he was like, yeah, man, I look at the tell, you know what I'm saying, the white boys, you know what I'm saying, up in here, you know what I'm saying, like, they talking about some, yeah, you know what I'm saying, we'd rather save a dog's life than to save this person's life, but the person whose life is on the ground is black. See what I'm saying? And he said, you know what I'm saying, they'll be laughing when, like when they got a white person locked up, they be yelling, hey, you fucking nigger, you fucking nigger, you know what I'm saying, yelling at God. They'll keep in, you know what I'm saying, until you go there and goddamn fuck the white boy over here, okay, you know what I'm saying, now I'm on your game, you know what I'm saying? But, it's even in there, when they get off the, you know what I'm saying, clock out, the black police officers, they going to their bar, and the white ones going to their damn bar.
Exactly. Yeah. The black police,
black
right.
Puerto Ricans are going, you know what I'm saying, and the Dominicans, all the they going to one bar.
Yeah.
All the white ones going.
Yeah, because the conversations ain't the same. It might be the same in the locker room. The conversations ain't the same. We know they ain't the same. There was an incident, Fire Talk Radio, he probably know what I'm talking about. A few years ago when a brother got shot, man, at a bar up here, man. They shot the brother, man, and the police was there making fun of it. And one of the police officers was caught in a bar, and his conversation was being recorded on video of how he was making fun and mocking the victim, black, Jake, that was on the ground wiggling. They call it death throes, right? After he was shot in the head, right? And he was taking video of it, and they caught him, man, and they fired him off of the Erie Police Department. Yes, I say it. Yep, Erie Police Department, and then he got a job at the Girard Police Department. The township outside of Erie. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just crazy, man. They get away with whatever. If that was me, if that was you, bro, you wouldn't be able to get a job as a police officer ever again, man. They get away with everything, man. They just hey, like you said, they are possessor, slayer, and hold themselves not guilty. They're not guilty. You're right, and that's set up. If it's in the scriptures, what it say in Romans 15:4, the things are written aforetime were written for our learning, right? So these things, man, we got to learn from these things, man. When it talks about our oppression, where it talks about the enemy and our oppressors oppressing us, man, and slaying us. and holding us captives and imprisoning us. It's for our learning. But what? The Negro's what? His head is hard as a flint. He hard-headed, man, and stiff-necked and rebellious, right?
Right. But then how can we defeat white supremacy? Man, the greatest book you could get, go and grab that damn 1611 King James Version, mama, man.
That's
Come
right.
learn, man.
That's
the
right.
best way you can fight white supremacy. I'm telling you right now, you ain't gonna beat them because you ain't got no nukes. See, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't no, like a physical, like, you know, they know they ain't for that. You know what I'm saying? You know, hand-to-hand combat is a mismatch. You know what I'm saying? It's a mismatch. You know what I'm saying?
I know a lot of
things. You know what I'm saying? But one point though, you know that we actually, when we go to the other nations, and we know they might be Gentiles and stuff, but when we go and stay amongst them and be in their land, I mean, most of them, I ain't gonna talk about the European ones, but the Asian ones, most of the Hispanic, South American, Central American, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Mexico countries, a lot of the African countries, you know what I'm saying? The Middle Eastern countries, you know what I'm saying? Treat you with respect as a human being. Let you, you know what I'm saying? Now, most of the Middle Eastern countries, we might not be able to, you know, serve our God, depending on what spots, but all the other places, they treat you with respect, man. You know what I'm saying? That's not mean that they won't, you know, you to take their daughters here. We won't take their people anyway. We're trying to come and just live a good life. I'm telling you, man, America is the damn devil. It's the great whore of Babylon. For real. Get you some peace. I'm telling you right now, you know what I'm saying? Zadok is going to make a major move real soon. You know what I'm talking about? Go ahead, brother Zadok, man. I'm going to play this last video real quick. And this is what I was talking about. What I was telling you earlier. Watch this right here, man. Shameless plug. Hit that subscribe button at the Scoring Black Man podcast, please. And hit the like button today. And if you like travel, go over to Hilltop Traveling Everywhere. When I'm acting a damn fool. No, I'm just playing. Well, I'll say this plug.
The Black Lives Matter movement was founded by 3 women over the issues of police brutality, systemic racism, and violence inflicted on Black communities by the state and by vigilantes. A cruel irony has now emerged where one of the founders now finds herself in a position where a family member is a victim of such violence. The Los Angeles Police Department has released body cam footage showing its officers tasing Keenan Darnell Anderson on January 3rd. Police say Anderson, a teacher and father, died at a hospital after he suffered a medical emergency about 4 hours after he was arrested. Now, we're going to show parts of the footage now, but I want to warn you and warn our guest that it is disturbing.
Get up against the wall. I didn't need to. Get up against the wall. Get up against the wall. Get up against the wall real quick. Okay, hold on a second.
Please, sir. I didn't need to, sir. Please. Help me, please. Help me, please. No, please, help me. Help me, please. Please, please, please. You're trying to do it for me. You're trying to do it. Stop it. Stop it. I'm going to tase you. I'm going to tase him. You're trying to kill me. You're trying to kill me. No. Stop it.
Joining me now is Patrisse Cullors, co-founder of the Black Lives Matter movement and Keenan Anderson's cousin. And I want to apologize for your having to see that again, Patrisse. And thank you for being here. And I just want to, just pause for a moment and give you a chance to tell us about Keenan in life so that we can know who he was.
Thank you. I will work my hardest to get through this segment. Keenan was a mentor. He was a teacher. He was a proud family member. We come from a very big family. Our grandmothers migrated from Louisiana to make a better life for themselves and their children and their children's children here in Los Angeles, California. We spent a lot of time coming together for family picnics and family gatherings. And Keenan was really proud of the movement of Black Lives Matter. And I believe the work that he did teaching young children, the 10th grade level at the school he was working at, the Digital Pioneers Academy, was part of his contribution to helping change and bring love and care to young Black kids.
Thank you for that, because we want to know that these hashtags are people. And so I wanted you to have the opportunity to talk about him as a person. This is the statement from Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass. And this is on the deaths of your cousin, but also on of Oscar Sanchez and Takar Smith, two young who died in police custody between January 2nd and January 3rd. She says, I have grave concerns about the deeply disturbing tapes that were released. Full investigations are underway. I'm deeply troubled that mental health experts were not called in, even when there was a documented history of past mental health crisis. In the case of Enan, what do you believe happened?
Uncensored. And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored.
Stop it, or I'm gonna tase you. Stop it, or I'm gonna tase you. Stop resisting. Please stop resisting. Please. 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 I'm gonna tase him. I'm gonna tase him. They're trying to kill me. They're trying to kill me. Leave me alone. Stop it. Stop it. Yeah. Stop it. Don't resist. No. Stop resisting. Stop resisting. Stop it. Help. Stop it. Help, please. Help. Do not move. I'm not resisting. Do not move. Okay. If not, I'm going to tase you again. Okay. Okay. Help me. Okay. Here, stop it. Stop resisting. Stop resisting.
That was anywhere, Todd, if you can count it, 40 to 50 seconds or more.
Well, I think y'all get the point. I think y'all get the point, man. Johnny Hooter, what's going on, man? Stop resisting. Stop resisting. Ah, they're trying to kill me. They're trying. Johnny Hooter, man, talk to me, man.
Damn shame. Hey, it's self-explanatory. They caught on video egregiously torturing that man until he died. You know, electricity messes with your rhythms of your heart, the electrical current of your body. So the more times that you're administering those electrical shocks, you're disrupting something that's going on within the human body, an organ function, a heart palpitation, or whatever the case may be. So by him doing that, he's already on the ground, facing the concrete, somebody already on top of him. He talking about quick resistance. What resistance did that brother do that warranted him to get over a minute worth of electrical shocks? There was nothing that brother did that warranted that. But we know that, you know, the scriptures speak clearly. Your possessors slay you. Understand this. When you put yourself in a position, a lot of times it doesn't validate them doing what they do to us, but a lot of times our people give them an excuse to use extreme prejudice against us. If they're telling you to, you know, go up against the wall, if they're asking for your ID, things of that nature, just do those things because you're in a compromising position. You're not in a position to where you can fully defend yourself. You're not in a position to where you can start yelling out law statutes and sub statutes to them that is going to mean anything. They don't give a damn about you being old or young, like the scriptures say in Deuteronomy chapter 28. And all of these things that you can possibly argue in the court of law, not saying that you're going to win, because once again, we are in the oppressor and the captive's kingdom. But you have a better chance of pleading and making your case, you know, at another time. Try to use the proper etiquette to get home safe. Don't put yourself in a position of where you give them the leeway and the excuse to use extreme prejudice against you. I was looking at this article, bro, from The Independent. I'll put it in the link. but it says U.S. police. This was written back in August 4th of 2022. It says U.S. police have already killed over 700 people in 2022, on track to break record. Without transformative changes, another 440 people will likely be killed by police before year ends, database founder says. U.S. police officers have killed more people through the first 7 months of the year than they have any other year on record, according to the Mapping Police Violence Database. Police officers have already killed over 700 people in 2022 and are on pace to kill more people this year than in any year since the project began tracking police killings in 2013. The numbers are sobering. Look at where the movements to reform or abolish police departments stand 2 years after the murder of George Floyd in Minneapolis sparked a nationwide debate over the role of police in public safety. Despite a push by activists and aligned politicians to cut police budgets, reform police training standards, and in one high case profile, replace the Minneapolis Police Department with a new Department of Public Safety, there have been only 8 days. There have been only 8 days so far this year on which U.S. police officers have not killed anyone. When you hear that, that's crazy. It's only been 8 days by the time of August. So what's that? The 8th month of the year, when they did these statistics, that only 8 days to that point out of that of last year, nobody was killed by police. So this lets you know the high level of atrocities that's happening. And this doesn't even account for the ones that's not even documented. Right. Let's not forget all of the police brutality, all of the police murders, that's not documented. I seen a video years ago in Chicago where they was forming police were forming vigilante groups, snatching brothers off the streets and taking them to a warehouse. Yeah. God knows only what they was doing. And you can imagine they're doing this in all major cities.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Just because it's happening. Yeah.
That's a secret society.
It's a shame.
Yeah, just because it's not on the news and not being reported doesn't mean it's not happening. There's a lot of covert operations, you know what I'm saying, that happen amongst with our people, man, from these police forces, man, from these white supremacist, what do you call it, soldiers, man.
Right. And a lot of that is from disunification within our community. You know, the way to beat a person is to separate them. What did it say in the scriptures? A house divided cannot stand.
Right.
So if we're divided, if we're not unified as a people, if we're not coming together, pooling our resources, our strengths, our intellect, and everything in between, then we're easy pickings for those that come out and prey upon us each and every day. Like you said, they're on track to beat their own record, and they've been, you know, keeping data since 2013. That's not including the data they never kept before 2013. You know, back in civil rights, Jim Crow, slavery, because you know the police department, like Hilltop said earlier, was formed off of vigilante groups going out looking for slaves. You don't know what the true number of death and mutilation has happened under these people, under these various institutions and organizations from time memorial up till now. You just don't know.
Right. Exactly, man.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and you know these officers, you know, like they got secret societies besides Masons and stuff like that. You know, they got secret race societies where, like, look here, man, go out here and kill some niggers. You know what I'm saying? We're all cops. Go out here and kill some niggers. We're gonna take it back to the swing.
Right, right. Yeah, that's what's in their heart.
Who?
I said that's what's in their heart, man. Of the wicked, man, killing, murder, right, atrocity, blood, you know, bloodshed. That's what's in their heart, man. From the beginning, that was, like I said earlier, man. That was that blessing. That was, you know, that's what they got. That's what they do. They good with that sword, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what they love to do, man. And once again, it ties back into the Most High. He the one that set it all up. This white man has no heavenly kingdom of his own. He ain't getting none. You know what I'm saying? All the other nations, when, like you said, Hilltop, you said earlier, you go into a lot of these other nations and you kind of treat it well. Like you go over to Bali, you go to, you know, where all of these different places, Thailand. You ain't getting over there and the damn Thailand police officers beating you upside the head. What are you doing here, nigga? Get out of here, nigga. No. You know what I'm saying? Unless you going off, man, you know, get at you.
Don't keep that Babylon nigga mentality over here when you leave the country.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right now.
Exactly.
Leave that nigga mentality over here. Because that's what you learn this stuff. We go to people, be at peace. Like the Bible tell you, be at peace, because they're gonna be at peace with you. Don't you want to be treated like a human being? You ain't being treated like a human being over here. So be at peace, leave that nigga mentality stuff over here.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can't bring that stuff other places, man. And that's why in what I was going into is, you know, the so-called white man understands these things. He understands that there's no place for repentance. He knows that there's no kingdom for him. He knows that he must fight against the Most High God and all his angels. You know, when that sky crack, that's what he's preparing for. That's why the hatred amongst the Most High's people is so great. Because you would be mad too if you found see the white man act like a little kid. You took the toy away from, you know what I'm saying, and now they want to fight you. They mad at you, you know, because they can't play in the yard with you or play the game with you and all of that stuff. That's how he acting right now. He might smile in your face at the job and give you that little weird smirk, you know, when they walk by, they really don't want to smile at you. They do all of that, you know, but really it's a really deep down hatred to where they actually wish they could kill you. They don't want you around, man. They don't want you involved in their activities and things of that nature, you know? So our people must understand that, you know, your enemy he's not your friend. He's just not. And a lot of our people are just but they soon find out when all hell breaks loose. Tell our people to read 2nd Esdras chapter 15 and on and see all the destruction, see what's going to happen. Though, what's that one scripture? Though hand be joined in hand.
Witness shall not go unpunished.
Exactly, man. You know, you will be found with them and get thrust through. You know, so I mean, unfortunately, man, a lot of our people ain't gonna get it until that great day of vengeance comes. Then it's too late. It's just too late then. That's why we have these platforms now, man, and try to get this word out. We're doing warning. What are we doing? Ezekiel chapter 3. Right? Watch, my son of man, I made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Right? Give them warning of me. That's all we doing, people. That's all we doing. We love our people, man. Good and bad. Listen, we still love our people. We're just trying to warn you, man, to come up out of your wicked ways and perverse ways. Come on back to the light, and let's walk in righteousness and help one another, love one another in unity, and let's grow and let's build. All right.
Doing your final thoughts.
Yeah, I want to give all praises to Abba Yah once again for yet another good class, man. I think, you know, if anybody has an unbiased ear, they could definitely get some edification from this. Definitely have to learn. I want to leave 1 or 2 scriptures on their brain. Sirach, the book of Ecclesiasticus 51-23. Draw near unto me, ye unlearned, and dwell in the house of learning. Same book, 21 verse 22. Learning is unto a wise man as an ornament of gold, and like a bracelet upon his right arm. And chapter 4 and verse 24, for by speech wisdom shall be known, and learning by the word of the tongue. So learning is the key thing, like Brother Sadat brought out earlier in Romans 15:4. Things written aforetime as far as learning. We're supposed to look at these things, and we're supposed to learn from the mistakes that were made by our forefathers and our foremothers, our brothers and our sisters. And we're supposed to take these things and apply them so that way we don't fall into the same rut, the same pothole like they did, and teach the youth. So that way they're exempt in most cases from the retribution and the wrath of the Most High Yah, because at the end of the day, we go through what we go through because we're not learning from our mistakes. We're still steeped in a bunch of BS, a bunch of sin. The way we live, the way we think, the way we do things, the way we eat is the same as yesteryear. And we wonder why all of these things still happen to us still to this day. We're in the time frame where knowledge is abundant. We're in the time frame where, you know, so-called black people in Western society has touched the most money they ever had in Western society. You know what I'm saying? We're at a point to where we don't have physical shackles on our necks, even though we're mentally destroyed, but yet we can't learn from the mistakes that we're doing and from the mistakes that we have made. And this is why we're in the predicament that we're in. So learn, like the scriptures say, learning is unto a wise man as an ornament of gold. You niggas love jewelry. Y'all love gold. Y'all love chains and rings and earrings and everything in between. So treat this learning the same way. Cleave unto it, run to it, learn from it, and apply it.
Right. Right. Calm.
White supremacy, we're going to keep busting you across the head. Hey, man, like I say, we give it to our people, we're going to give it to your white ass, too. And like I always like to end this, the shows off with, look at Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13 and 14. Let us have a conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High God and keep his commandments. For this is the whole duty of man. For the Most High God shall bring every work into judgment, with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. With that, folks, shalom. Till next time, love, peace, and have grace. We love you all. Take heed. We attack this is the Scorn Black Man podcast. We attack serious issues within the Black and urban communities. And with that, folks, we love you all. Good day, good night. Pass this on to family and friends and people like mine.